Hello and welcome to JNC Better Living's Rooted Yoga. Today's practice will be a chair yoga practice, and thought we would have a theme of embracing our own individuality and uniqueness. And to start our practice, I have a quote to share with you from Albert Einstein, who said, "The person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before." And so with that, I invite you to embrace your uniqueness in this practice. It is your practice, so go as far as you can, as deep as you can, as your body allows, and maybe rest in the thought that you are special, and for that, having tremendous gratitude. For our practice today, what you will need is a couple of blocks, but if you don't have blocks, you can use a stack of books or something like that to rest your hands on. You'll need a nice sturdy chair, one with a back and no sides, preferably. And then you'll also need a strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can also use a belt or a long strap of some kind, like a tie to a robe, or anything like that, or even like a kitchen towel. Just something where you can get some extra length from something that will help you to support both your arms and your legs. Okay, get your props and then we can get started. Now let's start seated on our chair, and think about really grounding your sits bones into the chair, trying to balance your body on both sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you come a little bit forward in the chair if that feels okay for your back, so that you are really supporting your own posture, pressing those sits bones into the chair and also pressing your feet into the floor. We want our knees pointing out right from our hips and our feet pointing out right from our knees. Sitting up nice and tall, letting the crown of your head reach up to the ceiling. And let's close our eyes and start with our breath. I'd ask you to take 3 breaths in and out, and just pay attention to what that breath feels like, your unique breath. As you breathe in and out, try to create equal inhales and exhales, meaning the length of the inhale is the same as the length of the exhale, creating that nice balance in your breath. And then trying to breathe in and out through your nose, if that is possible for your body at this time, because it's a much more cleansing breath than breathing through your mouth. And now let's bring one hand to our heart and one hand to our belly, and not only be aware of the breath, but feel the breath. So as you breathe in, feel your chest rise, your belly expand, and as you exhale, feel your belly deflate and your chest fall. If this doesn't feel like what's happening in your body, see if you can make it happen, because a lot of people, when they are stressed, will breathe in and out just here in the chest, and the breath never gets to the rest of the body as intended. So one more breath in here, really trying to feel that chest and belly expand. And then exhale, let it all go. Now let's start to link some breath to movement. So we'll breathe in and reach our arms up and overhead. And exhale, hands through heart center. Breathe in, circle your arms down, around, and up, touching at the top overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good, and one more like that. Breathe in, circle your arms down, around, and up, touching at the top. Now exhale, bring your left arm forward, right arm back, come into a little twist. Breathe in for one full breath, in and out. And on the next inhale, reach your hands up and overhead. And exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, twisting to the opposite side. One full breath here. And now bring your hands back up as you inhale. And now exhale, spread your arms wide, hinge from your hips, and fold all the way forward as much as you can. Maybe so that your chest and torso are coming close to your legs. Breathing here with arms expanded nice and wide. Exhale, let your hands come to the ground. Now this is a good place for blocks or those stacks of books. Let's breathe in and press our hands into the blocks or books and shine our heart forward, flatten through our back. And then exhale, lower all the way down as much as you're able. Maybe you even take your head between your knees and let it hang heavy. If you're able to, take your hands to opposite elbows and let everything, your arms, your chest, your head, kind of pull toward the ground, using gravity to bring us closer to the earth. One more breath here. And on your next breath in, let your hands come to the mat or the floor. And exhale, let all this stale air out. Now breathe in, tuck your chin to chest, and start to roll up one vertebrae at a time, rounding into your back. Head is the last thing to come up as you round all the way up, and then come to a straight spine, seated position. Good, let's take one more breath like that and take a nice deep forward fold again. Breathe in, sweep your arms up and overhead. And then exhale, arms extend to the sides as you fold forward. This is called a swan dive, coming all the way down to a forward fold. Placing the hands now on the blocks, we'll do a half lift. Press into the block, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Spine is nice and long. And exhale, fold all the way forward. Breathe in, tucking chin to chest, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Breathe, your arms reach up and overhead. And exhale, hands in prayer through heart center. Good, now we'll take a little twisting. So breathe in, sweep your arms up and overhead. And again, we'll take that left arm forward, right arm back for a twist. Breathe in, hands come back up. And exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Good, 2 more times like that. Breathe in, both arms come up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Breathe in, both arms come up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Good, breathe in one more time, reach up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, twist. Breathe in, both arms come up. And right arm forward, left arm back. Good, one more time. Breathe in, both arms come up. This time we'll take some side stretches. Right arm down, grab onto your chair, left arm sweeps up and over your head, finding a nice stretch through the left side body. Hold here for one full breath. Breathe in, sweep both arms up and overhead. Exhale, left arm down, right arm reaches up and over. Holding onto that chair for support. One full breath here. Good, breathe in, both arms come up and overhead. And we'll take that again a little bit quicker. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. Good, breathe in, both arms up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Good, breathe in, both arms up. And one more time each way, right hand down, left arm reaching up and over your head. Breathe in, come back up. And exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Breathe in, arms come back up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Excellent. Now we're going to place our hands on our thighs and we'll take a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So to get into cow pose, we're going to place our hands just above our knees. We're going to bend into our elbows as we roll our chest forward, creating a nice flat back. Gaze can be just at the floor or slightly ahead of you. And then as you exhale, you're going to press your hands into your thighs, round into your back, tuck your chin to your chest, and roll your back toward the back of the chair. Good, we'll take a couple of those. Breathe in, roll forward, coming into cow pose, bending into the elbows, bringing our torso about parallel to the earth or as far as you can. Exhale as you press into your thighs, round into your back, gaze goes to your lap. Good, one more like that. Breathe and roll forward, coming into our cow pose. This is so great to create movement in the spine and wake it up. Exhale as you round into cat pose, hollowing out your belly, chin goes to chest. Good, breathe and come back up to a regular seated position. Now we'll take another twist. We're going to take our left hand and place it on the outside of our right thigh, and then we're going to take our right arm and reach behind, maybe grab the back of the chair, or maybe place your fingers just behind your sits bones. Holding here this twist for 3 breaths. So shining your heart to the right side of the room. Chin is right over your sternum or right over your heart. One more breath here. And exhale, come back to center. And we'll take that the other way. Right hand just to the outside of your left leg. Breathe in as you turn to the left. Left arm goes on the back of the chair or hand to the back of the seat of the chair. Turning to your left. Breathing in and out for 3 breaths here. On every in-breath, think about finding more length through your spine, sitting up taller. On every exhale, think about twisting deeper. Good, one more breath here. And exhale, come back to center. Good, let's take a cleansing breath, reaching our hands up and overhead. And exhale, hands through the heart. Good, now we're going to take our hands to our thighs one more time and scooch a little bit more up in your chair if you are able. We're going to take a stir the pot movement in which we're going to use our torso and pretend that it's a big ladle stirring a big bowl of stew or soup. And we're gonna roll forward and then to the side and then back and then to the other side and then come back forward, creating these circles with our torso, trying to keep even movement all the way around. And if you create a really big stir or big circle, you're gonna feel it more in your obliques, which are the muscles just on the sides of your abdomen. We're gonna take this 3 more times. If you keep this smaller, then you won't feel it as much on the sides and you'll feel it more through the abs, which are your stomach muscles. Good, last time in this direction. And then we're gonna come back up to seated. Good, and then we're just gonna reverse the direction. And we're gonna take those big circles, stirring the soup or the stew in the opposite direction. We wanna make sure that we don't miss any of those morsels. Good, creating nice big circles, whatever that means for you, embracing your uniqueness, your individuality. Wherever you are today is perfect. And maybe gratitude for whatever movement you are able to do. Good, 1 more circle in this direction, and then we'll come back all the way up to seated. Good, let's take a cleansing breath here. Breathing in, reaching our arms up and overhead, and exhale, hands through heart center. We like to take those cleansing breaths for 2 reasons. One is because it helps us to focus on the breath again, in case we were holding our breath during those poses, which we don't want to do. And 2 is because it does help to reset everything. Creating that nice stretch up helps to reset the spine as well. Good, okay. Now we're gonna take our movement into our lower body and just do some stretches with our legs. So we're gonna alternate extending our right leg and then bending, and then extending our left leg and then bending. Good, we're gonna take 10 rounds of that. So extend your right leg and bend, extend your left leg and bend. 3, 4, 5, just alternating here, one after the other, 6, and remembering again to breathe, trying to sit up nice and tall, 7, pressing your sits bones into the chair as you reach the crown of your head up to the ceiling, 8, 9, and 10. Good, now continuing with those leg movements. This time, we're gonna keep the legs bent. We're gonna alternate grabbing behind the thigh and bringing the knee in toward the chest, and then letting it go. So on the inhale, you're gonna bring the knee in toward the chest, and on the exhale, you're gonna let your foot come back to the earth. Good, we'll take 10 rounds of that. Bring the knee in, and then let the foot drop back. Bring the knee in and down. Good. Bringing that knee in, just coming up as high as you're able and alternating with the other leg. Really feeling a stretch here through the hip flexor, which are right next to your hips on the front side of your body. Good. Trying to again sit up nice and tall. Not bending your torso toward the leg, but bringing the leg toward the torso. Good, feeling that nice stretch through the thighs, maybe through the hamstrings. one more round after this. Last time on the right side, and last time on the left side. Good, now we're gonna pick up our pace a little bit, and we're gonna run in place. So we're starting by tapping our feet just up and down, and then we're gonna start moving our arms side to side. So just like as if you were running, you can connect the movements, or you can swing your arms and let your legs go faster, or you can more like march, depending on where you're at today. Think about, though, really pounding the bottoms of your feet into the earth to create stimulation, which helps to create circulation. And the more you create circulation, the blood flowing to those parts of the body, the more energy and oxygen that gets there, and the better it is for you and your appendages. So let's keep running now. We're gonna run for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then slowly walk it out. Good. Okay, and now you can scooch back in your chair a little bit, and we'll take some arm movements here. So when we're seated again, we want our legs coming right out from our hips, our knees pointed forward, and our feet pointing forward as well. I like to remind you of that because once we've done a movement like that, it's easy to come out of that position. And then the other thing, always trying to keep your bones stacked one on top of the other. So in this case, your knees are stacked right on your ankles, and your hips are right under your shoulders. Good, and then we're gonna take our arms out to the sides, and we're gonna do some arm circles. So creating movement with circles, just like we were circling our torso earlier. We're gonna circle our arms kind of forward, creating circles. Think about drawing with your fingers in the air on opposite sides of you. And you're just gonna create these nice circles. Make them as big or as small as you feel comfortable doing while you're sitting up nice and tall. Again, the crown of your head reaching to the ceiling, creating these nice big circles. Now we're gonna be here for 30 more seconds, and I feel like you always can go a lot further than you think you can. So I encourage you to hang in there with me, and if your arms start to get tired, try to relax something else in your body. So think about, are you creating any tension in your face? Can you relax your forehead? Can you relax your jaw? Can you relax your feet? Can you relax your neck? Good, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, you did it. Okay, now drop your hands and shake out your arms. I know that can be pretty challenging. And then we're gonna take a nice stretch. So take your left arm, cross it in front of your chest, and then grab your left shoulder with your right hand and pull it in toward you. And then give yourself a nice little massage on that shoulder with your right fingertips. Good. And then we'll take that the other way. So now extend your right arm across your chest, pull your right shoulder in with your left fingertips, and give that a little massage. We want to work our bodies, not to the point of pain, but to the point of sensation. But then we also want to reward our bodies by giving it a nice massage or taking a nice rest, like we do in Shavasana at the end of our practice, which we'll get into when we're done. Good, and then bring that arm down, shake your arms out. Good, and then we're gonna bring our arms right back up. So we were taking circles forward, and now we're gonna take circles back for 30 seconds, okay? So We are going to the point of sensation, not to the point of pain. So if you really have a lot of joint pain, then you don't need to be doing this. You could, if that is the case, try bringing your hands to your shoulders and just moving the upper arms. But if you can be with me doing these backwards circles, we will only be here for 20 more seconds. And I think you can do it. Remember to be sitting up nice and tall. We don't want to be slouching or rounding into our spine. We want to be pressing our feet into the floor. And we want to sit up nice and tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop your arms down. Shake them out. So proud of you. Good. And now we're going to take a nice stretch that's going to feel really good. So this is called thread the needle. We're going to take our right hand just below or above our right knee. And then we're going to take our left arm and we're going to thread it, our hand, and then our shoulder through that opening. Maybe coming down, if it's possible for you, with your left shoulder on top of your left leg. If that's not possible, you can remain upright a little bit, or you can take a block and do this as well, so that you can bring your lap up to your shoulder and still get the benefit of that grounding. Good, we're gonna be here for 3 more breaths. Threading the needle here, creating this nice stretch through the shoulder and a little bit of a twist in the torso. Good, and then breathe in, come up, and we'll take that on the other side. So left hand goes to right above the left knee, and then taking our right hand, we're gonna thread it through that opening, coming down with our right shoulder on our right leg, or again, using that block for additional support. 3 breaths here. Good, last breath. And then breathe and come back up to center. Good, you can set that block down if you were holding it. And we're gonna take just some movements with our neck now. So placing your hands on your lap, and we're just gonna breathe in and turn our head to the right. One more breath here. And exhale, head comes back to center. Good, breathe in and turn your head to the left. One more breath here. And exhale, head comes back to center. Good, breathe in and drop your chin to your chest. Exhale, head comes to center. Good, breathe in, lift your gaze to the ceiling. And exhale, come back to neutral. Good, we'll take that one more time. All those movements. So breathe in, turn your head to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Breathe in, turn to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Breathe in, chin to chest. Exhale, come back to center. Breathe in, gaze goes to the ceiling. Exhale, back to center. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to take some warrior poses. So we're going to drop our left knee off the left side of the chair and make sure that your sits bones are grounded, or at least your left sits bone is grounded on the chair. Then you're going to take a block, one of those books, and you're going to place it right in front of the chair and drop your right knee onto that space. Now, if you have really long legs, you might not need a block here, but if you don't, or maybe just average legs, or you have a really high chair, you might need some additional support. You're gonna hold onto the back of the chair, and then you're gonna start to wiggle your toes back behind you so that you're straightening through your right leg. And it's okay to have a bend in the knee, but our goal is to stretch this hip flexor here and have that thigh behind your hip. So you're getting a nice stretch through this right hip flexor, and then you're pressing into the ball of your foot and pressing your right heel away from your body. So you're getting a nice stretch as much as you can through that right leg. Good, and then we're gonna breathe in and reach our right arm up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna pause here for 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more breath here. And now exhale, bring that right hand all the way to the floor as you hold onto the back of the chair. Good, breathe in and lift the arm up all the way to the ceiling. Everything else stays the same. And exhale, bring that hand back down to the floor. And 1 more time, breathe in, reach that hand up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring that hand to the floor. Good, now breathe in, just come back up to seated. Now we're gonna take that right leg and we're gonna flatten out the foot and walk it a little bit forward so it's on a diagonal from the corner of the chair. Good, and then you're gonna bend into your left arm, place that forearm on your thigh, and you're gonna sweep your right arm up and overhead. Now you really wanna press that forearm into the thigh and think about straightening through your collarbone and trying to stack shoulder on top of shoulder, creating a nice opening through the collarbone and heart space. And we'll be here for 2 more breaths. Good, breathe in and bring your arms to parallel, keeping the legs exactly the same, coming into our warrior 2 pose. You want your gaze to go over your left fingers and your arms are parallel to the earth. 2 more breaths here. And then hands come down. Good, and we're just gonna reposition ourselves to come to the other side. So we're gonna bring our right knee off the side of the chair. The left knee drops onto either the floor or that block or stack of books. The right arm is holding on to the back of the chair for support. And now we're gonna start to wiggle those left toes back so that you can extend through that hip flexor. You're gonna press the ball of your foot into the floor as you press the heel away from your body. Knee can be bent here if you like, but otherwise you can straighten through the leg as much as possible. And then you're gonna breathe in and sweep your arm up and overhead and take those forward movements. Breathe in to reach, exhale to fold forward. Bringing that hand to the floor. Breathe in, reach your arm up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hand to the floor. Good, 1 more like that. Breathe in, reach your hand up and overhead. And exhale, hand comes to the floor. Good, and then breathe in, come back up. Taking that left foot now, flattening out through the foot, and bringing that left leg to a diagonal from the corner of the the chair. You're going to take your right forearm, place it on your right thigh, and sweep your left arm up to the sky. Really pressing that forearm into the thigh, turning your torso, and expanding through your collarbone. Good, 2 breaths here. Good, and then breathe in, extend your arms out, one stretching to the right, the other stretching to the left, so they're parallel to the earth. Coming into our warrior 2. 2 breaths here. Good, and then bringing your hands down, we'll just reposition ourselves, coming to a seated pose with legs that are a little bit wider, and we're going to grab onto our strap. We're going to use the strap and place it just under the ball of the right foot, and then bring the strap into the right hand. And you're just going to lift that right leg up and then bring it as much to the right as you can. Feeling a nice stretch through that hip, through the hamstring, through the inner thigh. Good, one more breath here. And now we're going to take that strap and switch hands, bringing the strap into the left hand, bringing the leg with it, and stretching that right leg to the left as much as you can. Maybe you extend your right arm out so it's parallel to the earth for a little bit of balance. Good, staying here for one more breath. And then bringing that leg down, and we'll take that on the other side. We're going to take that strap under the left foot. We're going to grab the strap with the left hand, extend the left leg, and then angle it out to the left as much as possible. Trying to keep your right foot planted on the floor, and just getting that nice stretch through that left leg. Good, one more breath here. And then we're going to move the strap from the left hand to the right hand, along with the leg, bringing that right leg to the right as much as, left leg to the right as much as possible. Good, one more breath here. And then bringing that foot down, letting go of the strap, and we'll come into Shavasana pose. So getting some blocks, we're going to put our feet up and extend our legs, or you can also spread the blocks wide and bring your knees together. Whatever feels comfortable for you. You can bring your hands to your lap or put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And generally we stay in Shavasana for a couple of minutes. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you feel that you have the time, and just help yourself to rejuvenate and experience all the benefits of this practice. We will close out from here. Thank you. Namaste. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more free rooted yoga from JNC Better Living. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Comment below if there are areas that you'd like me to address in future yoga practices.